WTF Nation Radio
is in the house.
I'm sorry that I can't keep it together. Maybe it's the trauma, or maybe it's the drugs. I can't seem to control my fucking temper. But the problem lies in not being enough. I lost my sense of humor in the battle for my mind. Now I'll slip away with one last puff this time. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my mind. Substance suicide, only time with no regrets is letting myself die. Forgive me for the outburst with your neighbors. My actions don't reflect what's in my soul. Never found the right way to relate or take in and display a better role. The chemicals that shape me are buried deep this time. My family's already given up, it's fine. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my mind. Substance suicide, the only time with no regrets, letting myself die. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my life. The substance suicide, the only time with no regrets is letting myself die. Is letting myself die.
There are many simple things in the world. Shovels. They are all different. Gardening shovel. Unloading shovel. Children's shovel. But there is also a different shovel. We use it when we come to the position. In short time, it helps us dig a trench which saves us from bullets. If a tank will pass over the trench, there is a high probability that it will not cause any harm to the soldier. We dig in the ground, deeper, and then connect the trenches with our friends to the left. In just a few hours, trenches are all connected. When we do not have an axe, we can use a shovel to cut a loaf of bread. A soldier uses a shovel as a paddle, crossing the wide river under enemy fire. If we run out of ammunition, we will use a shovel again, and then we'll move on. And when we get the order to stop, we'll take a shovel again and build around us an impregnable fortress. This fortress is defended by the army of Ukraine, our army.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
You said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence on this 5 January. The 5th of January. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2026. Oh man, and 2026 has already been kicking off. That's what I'm talking about. The excitement. The adventure. Where do I sign up? Oh man, WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army WTF moments. I almost forgot all my scripts because I didn't know what to say, how to jump in, how to argue. I was like, what do I do? How to argue with the kid today to make sure I had my back and forth going on. Because man, it's been a busy man. Somebody said this has been a long year already. 2026 is on fire, en fuego. Right, Maduro? Somebody's posting on social media saying that if you don't speak Spanish or something like that, then don't say Maduro. Don't say Venezuela. Don't speak with an accent or something like that. I'm like, shut up. Oh, man. So how are you guys doing? I hope you guys had a great new year. I hope you guys had a good Christmas and a good holiday. Man, it's just like just cracking the rust, breaking the cobwebs, dusting the memes off my eyes. It just seems like it was a very, action-packed. I was just like, man, I don't even know where to start. So if you guys aren't aware, we had, obviously, holiday block leave. U.S. Army WTF moments, and, well, actually, WTF Nation Radio, not the main page, had Christmas exodus, holiday leave, whatever you want to call it. And pretty good, like I said, pretty laid back, everything else. However, the news, obviously, and the drama in the inbox, that kept going. That still happened. That was still going on. For posts and engagements that happened weeks ago, or something would come up, and then next thing you know, you'd have a command getting mad at the fact that something was posted. So somebody asked me, hey, for 2026, are you guys taking posts down? When you post something on U.S. Army WTF moments, we'll get to the raid in a minute. You guys post something on WTF moments, do you guys ever take it down? Are you ever going to take it down? Now, I've always considered it like there's some guys that work in specific fields that if their image is taken and it's posted on social media, their job requires that they don't have a social media presence, right? Which, I totally see that being fair. That's fair. You know what I mean? You're kind of like, yeah, if you're doing a job where it's good, your social media presence, your footprint is going to prevent you from getting said job, then all right, I'm for it. We'll take it into consideration to take that content down if it's your image. There's the images that we post that are sometimes group photos. Now, I want everybody to just ask yourself, before I take this picture and submit it to U.S. Army WTF moments, is it a good idea to send it in? We've had examples of individuals being taped up a PL tradition, when someone is leaving the platoon, specifically the PL, or coming to the platoon, they get taped up either to a litter or a barrel of an artillery piece or a tank. So, leaders, I implore you to ask yourselves, is it worth, I'm already sounding army-like. I just want to say, is the juice worth the squeeze, by going after your soldiers for something that we think is innocuous, like Joe's goofing off and some of them busting their ass in the field or dropping their rifle in a stream while they're crossing, little shit like that, or collecting air, exhaust samples. If you go after your soldiers, for content that somebody else posted, which there's been a couple of cases where individuals will post something. Oh yeah, look at that, ha ha ha, whatever. And it was like, I don't know, say a meme or something that's happening. The leaders are going after the troops for it getting submitted, but it was like the act itself that they're not going after. It's almost like you don't want us to know the shenanigans that are going on in your organization. Having a sense of humor is important, serving in a leadership position. I would just implore you guys that when you go after your troops, we get names, we get details, we get this, and we'll just say, okay, cool, whatever. We will spare. There will be no mercy. Spared. Should an incident with your organization come up, because we'll remember, hey, is this the same chain of command that went after that one soldier for sending us something that they thought that soldier sent? Because for the last few months, that's been kind of like our one of those things that we ponder in the smoke pit ourselves. Is that, are you mad at the fact that that incident was highlighted and it was posted? Like, for instance, if we find out there's an incident that has happened and a meme is made, please don't go after the soldier that you think made the meme. Please don't. Please, please do not. Because more than likely we'll have a lot more detail of what that meme was about before you decide to go after that troop. And when that happens, then we're like, well, fuck it. If you're going to go after the soldier, you think the soldier made the meme, mind you. This is an actual case going on right now. But I would suggest that you don't. Sometimes they're just things where you just let sleeping dogs lie. I mean, if it's a meme, then there you go. Chuck! My man, what you doing, Chuck? Chuck Ritter is in the chats on X. Good to see you, man. I'm glad. Thank you for, man, I see the chats going on right now. Chuck Ritter would like to promote, he wants to put in a plug for a new line of prison wallets from Unnecessarily Evil Prison Purses LLC. You can fit a lot of stuff of them, and they aren't large enough to fit Seth Harp's ego, though. That would take like a 20,000 square foot room. I would say a fucking hangar, Chuck. Again, all the drama that's been happening in the inbox. So let's go back to this meme. So there was a meme that was posted by Fancy Bear, and we were going to share it, but then we did share it, and the meme went down. The meme was not created by the soldier, Sock-yor. The meme was not created by the soldier. We found out, and of course, when there's an incident that happens in your organization or under your command, a lot of people talk. So don't think it was the soldier, or don't think it was the individuals that were around there. I mean, there's like, second, third order meme effects that happens here. So Fancy Bear posted it. Fancy Bear posted it. Immediately, the chain of command opened up an investigation, blaming the soldier for an incident that he had nothing to do with. Oh, he had something to do with it. Don't get me wrong. But, and don't go after the soldier right now just by us talking about it, because that's real fucking chicken shit. So the soldier, an incident happened. It involved a soldier. A meme was made of said soldier. Soldier had nothing to do with it. Soldier had nothing to... I said, what the fuck is this? The chain of command went after the soldier. Welcome to 2026. Did you hint at this before the holidays, or was that something different? No, it was the same thing. That was a hint. It was the same thing about be careful what you go, don't go after nobody, blah, 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 blah. It's just the first time we've named a command, Sock-yor. So don't. it wasn't the soldier that posted the meme. It wasn't the soldier that sent us the meme. It was the soldier that was involved in said meme, but two mill meme pages laughed about it and said, hey, watch this. And the mill meme page, Fancy Bear, posted it up. But the meaning behind the meme, what happened? It's about a soldier getting his ass beat. So don't go after the soldier. There are just some things that are, like I said, let sleeping dogs lie. Paranoia will do that to you. So again, I implore you, chains of commands, units, leaders, don't go after your troops for memes that you think they did. Because we can verify. I mean, Fancy Bear, U.S. Army WTF moments, dank memes for dragging. I mean, we have inbox sanctity. We're not going to fucking sit there and reveal sources, but we could verify, yeah, that person didn't send it. And you can dance around. We're not going to reveal sources or whatever. But in cases like this, when they're about ready to destroy a soldier, I would say be careful because you're making yourself look like an ass. Now, I'm glad you brought that up. Chuck, thank you. I appreciate it. So during the Maduro Raid, there was an individual, a reporter for Rolling Stone, who likes to go on podcasts and talk shit about SOF and Delta Force and civil affairs. It pisses me off. He never talks about PSYOP, though. It's always the civil affair, the elite tactics, civil affairs. I'm just breaking balls to my CA homies. I'm just saying this is what this guy does. So after the raid, you guys saw that spectacular raid? Such a glorious raid. The raid was so glorious. I heard even Airwolf showed up. What's up, Josiah? A badass raid, an awesome raid, a good raid. Okay, look, if you guys, matter of fact, I'm gonna pull up. Look, go up to SA. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop the link to this in the chats because these. I'm gonna tell you what, how I stumbled upon the raid, the raid in Venezuela. I was literally about ready to go to bed. I was literally gonna go. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap or I'm gonna go to sleep. It's time for bed and stuff like that. And the next thing you know. Shit. This account, and I'm dropping it in the chats, at SA_Defensa. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys the splash page here. So that way you guys know what I'm talking about. Let me window cap this so you guys can see. So that's why everyone asked us, who's this Seth Harp guy? So we're going to go ahead and... So SA Defensa, ándale pues, South American and global defense news, defense and military analysts. Signal at, of course, if you've got a Signal account, feel free to contact SA_Defensa .24. I'm going to tell you what, SA Defensa was on it. On it. You know, because I also, me being of Latino descent, I run the traps. I check out the lines. I cast my net. Anything's happening in Central America. I have family down there, of course. So, obviously I got to pay attention to what's going on back, there. So if you guys didn't see the rate, matter of fact, let me I'm sure this is playing in my ears and you guys can't even hear it. I'm sorry. My apologies. Bad host. Let me cast this up. So this was during the raid and you guys could see, blah, 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 all the details, man. I'm going to say SA Defensa was on this. And if you guys not seen the Maduro memes and all that, I mean, they were, and this is what caught my attention. I stayed up all night just reposting and watching what happened. So I think let's go back to, it was January 3rd. The raid, of course, happened. And so let me go back over here and take a look. Look at that hardware. Yeah, baby. America, right? I'm not going to sit here and I will dazzle you with the memes in a minute. The memes are hilarious. So, matter of fact, let me just go back to the, ooh, that was me. That's my account. Let me go back to SA Defensa. We will do this together. fucking hilarious, man. So I'm gonna hit their media site, and let's just go ahead. I'm going to remove the. I'm going to unmute it because I think SA Defense did an awesome job covering this. I probably one of the better OSINT accounts out there. There's some other OSINT accounts out there, but obviously in language, being that I speak Spanish, I can understand and pretty much on point. Literally all the stuff that was being posted from SA Defense was pretty on it as far as the analysis and as far as what was going on. So, what am I missing? Where is it at? I shouldn't, but I should, I guess. Oh, go back to the video then. Sorry, SA. Get it? SA Defensa. Orale, SA. SA. So what was this right here? This is the El Volcan. That was the communications tower that was blasted. And let's see. We'll get to set that in a minute. Hang on. Man, that bomb, man, it sounds scary as shit. That gave almost a psychological impact, right? The freaky shit. Mira,
mira. Mira esto. Mira, la gente se ve como loca, mira. Mira.
Just the cops fucking with the civilians.
Mira. Ay, papi, también chorreado. Los van a... Mierda, qué desastre.
So, if anything else, hang on, Garrett. We'll get to it in a minute. If anything else, there is a, if you go to @SA Sierra Alpha _Defensa, DEFENSA, be able to get all the good deets on X. Really impressed with the amount of imagery and all those Chinooks, all the little birds. Look at that. Look at that, just At any rate, let me turn off all that freedom noise. At any rate, yeah. So you guys want to talk? Oh, hang on. Let's look up this. There's a bomb threat at Lackland Air Force Base currently time now, and let's look this up. We'll bring this to you guys right now as we speak. Let's see what the news is saying. And this is as of this is from let me go. Hang on, I'm gonna open up one of my San Antonio favorites. Okay, KABB, Fox News San Antonio. All right, let me open this up for you guys so you guys can see currently right now what's going on. This is currently in. This is Lackland Air Force Base, but there is a heavy law enforcement presence. So let me open this up. That's what it looks like. Yeah, there's like so many people looking at it right now. So that's all we can see right now. So that's all we're tracking right now. Let me Let me get in the WTF Nation inbox here. All right, let's see what we can see here. Hang on, let me switch some settings and stuff like that so the inbox isn't unexpectedly shown to y'all's. All right, yep. All right, so tracking an incident's happening at Lackland. Nobody's saying anything else right now. Let me look at another post. Nope, there's nothing else. We've only gotten like maybe 2 messages about it, and then KABB sent us, or we looked at them, and their signal. So far, nothing is happening right now. Well, I should say, all we have is video or a live video of the heavy police presence. Let me look at the. Look on X. See right here. You guys are like freaking giving me all the up-to-dates. Appreciate it. Let me see. All right. Okay. Yeah, no problem, Garrett. No, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't ignoring you. I was just setting up stuff so that way we didn't have anything that we didn't need to put on air, if that makes any sense. Because I go back and forth between the chats, and then I go back and forth between the inbox at US Army WTF Moments, and I didn't want to jump in there and reveal. So currently, yep, it's tracking. But let me see. Let me go back. Yeah, Air Force. The Airman Air Force. Yeah, which one? Which one, Pip? Which one are they tracking? Are they tracking? Because I don't see anything live right now. I see nothing. All I see is Eglin Air Force Base. And I'm not seeing anything. They might have deleted it. In fact, let me hit them up live. Why not? Let's see. The inbox is kind of like packing right now, so all right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send him a quick message right now. What's up? I'm live on the pod right now. Oh, there you go. Give me like, there you go. There we go. All right. While we're waiting for that message to come back. Yeah, it's the only, I don't see. Okay. While we wait for that to come back, so you guys know about the big glorious fucking raid that happened, right? The awesome raid between Special Operations Forces, Marines, Air Force. I mean, the what's up, Insomniac? The most elite of eliteness when it comes to doing these types of raids, which everyone's already saying it's illegal. We'll get into this about that. So, anyways, again, just like Este Defensa posting the pictures of the images of the Chinooks, glorious things. Hang on, I think there's video. He's got video. Oh, glorious beasts. So we've all seen the news, right? We've all seen the memes. We've all seen the jokes. We've all seen this, and we've all seen it. And to highlight Chuck Ritter's point. By the way, he's been a guest before on Sergeant's Time and U.S. Army WTF Moments as well. So, oh man, there we go. I just highlighted him. You just saw the inbox with me and him. There you go. It's just me and him. Let me see. I'm not distracted. I'm finding my place. Finding my place on this right here. Ask if it was legal for Obama to kill Americans. At least this cocksucker's gets a trial. I'm just gonna say with Maduro, everyone goes back and forth and say that this was illegal or not illegal or whatever. I'm gonna tell you what, the last administration put a bounty on his head, a reward. And so I would think that, hey, let's be smart in this. And you would have, you would have known that he has been wanted, that the last administration put a price on his head. The dude was wanted. Well, we got him. What's the big deal? We didn't invade. We didn't do Operation in Venezuela Freedom. We didn't mass 1,000 troops, just ships. I don't know how many. Maybe I should say take that back. Yeah, Gary, good point. Who gets the bounty? So to go back to Seth Harp. Seth Harp posted on was it via the Rewards for Justice program? I'm thinking so too. It couldn't have been DoD rewards because DoD rewards it's it all messed up. Matter of fact, I'm going to use Chuck Ritter since he mentioned it. Seth Harp, a reporter for Rolling Stone magazine, and also like he's got an HBO series coming up. He's got a book about the Bragg cartel and how civil affairs is. What is it with civil affairs getting all the love, man? I'm about to say, dude. They have no understanding of international law or the concept of law enforcement in that function. Yeah, I'm just about to say, but everybody seems to know more. Even though previous members of Congress on the left were all about fucking, busting this dude, getting him, saying that Trump was weak in the last administration. Well, he got him. So military should get money added to the defense. $50 million should go. Yeah, exactly that. More Patriot money. There you go. That $50 million should go to soldiers. There you go. It should go to the soldiers that conducted the raid. How about that? Everybody who was on that raid, everybody who was involved. So to bring up Chuck Ritter's point, you can follow him at Chuck_Ritter92 on X. Also, he's all over the social media sphere. He's been a guest before on U.S. Army WTF Moments, A Sergeant's Time. So Seth got, butthurt that this raid happened and decided to post this, the identity of who he thought was the commander of Delta Force. And then by the way, it's perfectly legal to disclose, it's perfectly legal for a U.S. reporter to disclose classified material, the leakage of which I did not procure. Now, as soon as everybody saw this and they saw who the individual was posted, everyone's like, dude, what the fuck do you think you're doing? I myself, when I saw this, which by the way, Seth blocked me, I said, you can follow me at the IO guy on X. I said, and I quoteth, matter of fact, let me put this in here. I quoteth, quote, it's perfectly illegal for a U.S. reporter to disclose classified material, the leakage of which I did not procure. And I said, you said that on Al Gore's internet using the White South Africans app for the TL to see. Are you sure about that? Unreal. I remember, a while back when WikiLeaks was all the hype and they were just posting everything on there. Just because you came across classified material and go, click, oh, I want to look at this. Guess what? If you got classified material that's considered not declassified, then guess what? You're holding shit that you shouldn't be holding. At least get the fucking person right. You didn't even get the person right. I'm not going to post who he doxed or who named that he revealed who he said was the commander. Doxing is a little bit of a different. I know people have different versions of doxing or different definitions of doxing. I know there's a legal definition of doxing, and everybody was like, "Yeah, he just revealed his name." But in a situation of a commander that is of an elite unit that operates in clandestine activities, you're not supposed to, even if you do know. The people that I hang out in my past, matter of fact, when me and Chuck hung out, when he had his retirement party at Hatchet Brewery, I hung out with some great Americans, outstanding individuals that I served with and all that. I would never, ever dream to go, this guy, here's his name, here's his socials, here's this, here's that, here's that. The guy, not Seth. Oh no, Seth decided to go complete full-on quemada and decided to post his image, or this individual's image, but it wasn't the right guy. To cry about, this is the current commander Davis, whose men just invaded the fort, killed a bunch of innocent people, and kidnapped the rifle. He was not the rifle president. There. Oh, why did I do that? Sorry, my bad. Click. So this guy's got like a freaking a deal with HBO. He's got a deal with his book and all this other stuff. No, you don't have to worry about doxing him, Pip, or revealing information. Apparently, the social media sphere worked in the way that they did, and his details were provided all over the TL. I mean, usually in incidences like this, when someone says, "Is this your front door?" and they got it right, or "This is your house," or whatever, "This is your car," then yeah, or just don't fucking do shit like this on the internet. Now, normally, U.S. Army WTF moments and WTF Nation don't really go on just individual stuff like this. We always go, like I said, with the commands, right? Entities. But this right here, if you're a reporter trying to dox or trying to reveal an image of someone that is not the commander of Delta Force, and yeah, we have an issue with that. At this point, we're protecting the troops. That's what it's all about right now. So he went on a blocking spree and went on and was telling everybody that X made him take this and a bunch of fascists wishing me death in the comments. And we're like, huh? What? What book did he write? He wrote The Fort Bragg Cartel. That's the book of. Now, we're not saying that there's not shit that happens on all installations. We're not saying that there was some nefarious actors that have conducted themselves illegally in their organizations, but that's the rest of the DOD. Quote, I have bad news for all the fascists wishing me death in the comments on my book. I also name every past Delta Force commander dating back to 2001. A lot of us know that because it's in their bios when they were, they're changing commands or something like that. Quote, you all crave the boot of a dictatorship, but I want to live in an open society governed by rule of law and will act accordingly. All right, we'll see how this pans out. We'll see what happens. You ain't lying. Oh, man, Insomniac, you ain't lying, dude, man. This raid, the movie for this raid, here's the thing. The movie for this raid, if Hollywood is given a little bit of, which most movies are, they're given a little bit of a latitude, for creative, just a little bit of creative latitude, like Black Hawk Down. Then it's going to be a badass movie. It is going to be a badass movie. I'll be honest with you, from what we're hearing, most of the casualties anyways that was inflicted by the task force were Cubans from Cuba. What the hell are you doing over there anyways? You don't trust your own people to guard you there, Maduro? So yeah, he's so stay tuned on this thing right here. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna appreciate the note there, Chuck. With that new LLC, Prison Pockets LLC or something like that. Prison Purses by, forgive me, from Necessarily Evil. Prison Purses, LLC. You can fit a lot of stuff in there, and they aren't large enough to fit Seth Harp's ego, though. That would take like 20,000 square foot of room. Introducing the new hanger one. Again. So they should all be getting it. Yeah. Cubanos, we all got the best ones. Yeah, you ain't lying, Corey. Yeah, I'm just saying, hey, look, man, fucking, let me see, I'm gonna check the mail right here to make sure that Steve is not answered. Nope. Okay, no answer for that. So I'll go back to this right here. Nothing on Lackland so far. I'm pretty sure we'll get that posted up. So, anyways, so that's what happened with the with the raid. That's what happened with the and coming to find out that there was okay, well there you go. I'm getting some little bit of details. I guess there was an EOD truck there at Lackland. Okay, that was part of the heavy police presence. Huh. Okay. All right. Give who to North Korea? Give who to North Korea? Maduro or Seth Harp? Okay, so this was posted. Okay, there you go. EOD truck there. Lucky we didn't sell Alex Rodriguez. I think now to get any information from Maduro right now, he should be forced to listen to a bunch of Carlos Mencia videos, and then that way he can, that'll be it. Okay, so seeing the support, you guys have seen all the support, right? You guys have seen everybody cheering and loving and happy for Venezuelans. Hey, I'm happy for Venezuela. I am. Be happy for Colombia too, but happy for Venezuelans. I mean, you see them celebrating the streets. You see them celebrating in your towns. There were some people freaking. What? Whoa, hang on. Taylor Swift. What was that about? Wait. What are you talking about, Holly? Where does Taylor Swift come in here in this? There's people that I didn't. There was Venezuelans that I didn't know lived in states and cities that I didn't realize. Kansas City. I had a bunch of them. Colorado, Idaho. Like, what the hell? Utah. Man, Venezuela. I mean, shit, I'm not saying that Latinos go really north. I'm surprised. I'm saying not to say that. For some reason, Latinos know in their heads how to go north. Sorry, that's a border crossing joke. At any rate, what's up with the Taylor Swift comment? Oh, you want to send Taylor Swift over there? Nah, leave her alone, dude. Besides, the Chiefs lost against the Raiders. Sometimes these, sometimes these stories just fall into place. At any rate, there's a lot of individuals that, especially from the left, are saying that you should not be celebrating. They're telling Venezuelans to stop celebrating. You don't know what this, authoritarian and all that. And it is so awesome. So awesome to see Venezuelans clap back on the dangers to society. And that's liberal white women. That like to say yeah, exactly. White women with the internet connection. Exactly. That are telling, once again, every time the left likes to do this to minorities, black or brown or Asian. Well, I don't know. Asians and Latinos now, we're kind of moved out of the brown section now because supposedly we're right. So we're I said this as a joke to one of my Asian friends. I said that you guys are white supremacists and we're white supremacists. That's what they're saying now. They're saying that if you do not support the left-leaning agenda as a Latino or Asian, you're now considered a white supremacist or a white nationalist. I told one of my conservative friends, hey, you need to send me some of them white privilege cards so I could get, so I could be part of the Latino delegation. I want to get some of that white privilege. So please, if you really want to chase away any type of percentage of votes, don't piss off the ones that are celebrating in the streets by telling them they shouldn't be celebrating because of Trump. I'm going to tell you what, man, these individuals have got look, stop, shut up. I get, if it had been Biden, hell, I think if it had been Bush, everyone would have been like, no big deal. It would have been like, oh yeah, this is whatever. This happened. There are some left. There's some on the left that are saying, yeah, I don't like Trump, and this is this, and I don't. But this was good for Venezuela, and they left it at that. Surprisingly, some individuals that I thought would be really hitting hard against Trump on this. But now it seems like anything fucking Trump does when it comes to foreign policy, when it comes like this, and you see the results all over social media. Man, I cannot. My DMs are all filled from family, from friends, and it's beautiful. I love it. But what's not beautiful, and it's actually kind of funny, is watching white liberals, especially white liberal women, getting pissed off and telling them that they shouldn't celebrate. And that's fucked up. And they're saying that you guys don't know what's going on. This is fascism. Here we go again as I take a sip of my fascist coffee. Make sure you order stocking mail. Anyways, I can't believe it. You guys are, I'm going to tell you what. If Trump does something to Cuba, man, you'll have the entire state of Florida. And a little bit of a, matter of fact, you have people crossing the border to vote illegally for Trump. If you do something to Cuba. The left and the Russia, Chinese, North Korea understand that that we could get you anywhere, anytime. That's right, Corey. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. Matter of fact, was that part of my notes? If not, I'm just going to go ahead and add that to there. Yeah, here we go. No, that wasn't. So somebody said, if that happens, then you could basically, it's okay for Putin to do this to Zelensky. Motherfuckers, you've been trying since 2022 to do something to Zelensky. You guys suck. Fuck you, Ivan. Fuck you, Russia. Besides, they're not going to hear it anyways. We're banned in Russia and Belarus. I hear our 51st state has beautiful beach. I'm going to tell you what. Yeah, let's do it. Come on. Let's take Cuba while we're at it. 51st state. Exactly that, Corey. We are everywhere, bitches. I don't understand why everyone's now all of a sudden, well, if that happens, then if you could do that, then that means that, almost smugly and almost arrogant, like some sort of smug arrogance about individuals, then that means it could happen to Trump. Fucking bring it. Let's see what fucking happens. We won't call, fucking try it. You know what would really be sad, though? Is that the individuals that say that, I guarantee it would help an adversary try to do something to our administration. Guarantee it, just because they hate them. Yeah, exactly that. 30 minutes to capture a president versus Russia, 3 years, can't do shit timeline. Man, fuck Russia. They're using fucking horses. I've been trolling them on social media left and right, and they get all the Ivan Simps are getting pissed off at me. It's like, dude, shut up. You're fucking, don't even talk shit. Look, I got it. If you're openly with other nations or other nationals celebrating something happening to our country, our government, our president, I'm just going to say, you deserve everything you get. Try it. What if our military did it? What if our military did what? Or, I see what you're saying. What if our military did it? There's nothing. See, that's the thing. I'll be honest with you, and this is not a complete disrespect to our military. At the lower level, at the Joe level, I don't think they'll do it. The upper levels are the ones that are so butthurt about everything not going their way, because once President Trump won the election, you saw everybody on the senior level absolutely lose their shit. They're too disorganized to do it. It couldn't happen. I mean, I don't see it happening. I mean, I don't want to be proven wrong, but I'm just saying I don't see it. I don't see it happening. I'm not saying that some of the policies and stuff. I don't see the policies. Are you? I just want to make sure you're talking about us, our military doing it to our government, or our military doing it to Ukraine. You know, by the way, there's a bill out of Europe right now. Some aircraft, some spicy birds being around in the UK. God, please take Putin. I mean, that would be, dude, I would love that shit so much. Like I said, I honestly think that if you were going to sit there and root for the bad guy to do something to our country, look, there's a lot of fucking things. There's a lot of fucking politicians. There's a lot of fucking policies that I don't like. I don't want them dead. I don't want them gone. I don't want their families harmed. I don't want okay, good, whatever. No, I don't think that way. Some individuals are like, no, fuck that. No, fuck, because they would do that to us and blah, 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 blah. Charlie Kirk, how they celebrated him and we don't do the same, blah, 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 blah. Nah, even to our group, no, I wouldn't do it. You think this was the oil to make sure that we were safe around the U.S. and China is too involved in the West, or the U.S. has something to do? Yeah, I honestly do. I'll be honest with you. Most of our companies that are involved in Central America or South America oil, it is our national interest. And yes, there's also the threat of Lebanese. It was really funny. I'm glad you brought that up, S1 Hour. Hey, thank you so much for attending, by the way. It's always funny that we've done, through past administrations, all these studies, all these plans of what ifs. If China were to do something, if a terrorist activity would happen in this region, if something happens here, we have plans to do this. We've always had plans, con plans, op plans, to say, okay, we're taking this off the shelf. We're going to dust it off, copy, paste, change the names, because that's how Intel works. That's how, ops works. That's how they all do that. That's where the J3, G3, and S3, the operations section of an organization, that's what their goal. That's their bread and butter, right? We've all got plans for this. Everything that has to do with every fucking port. We have sliced up the world in different fragments and sections and stuff like that. And there's a plan for it. So everybody that approved all those plans, all the way up to the president of past administrations, to include leaders, military leaders from that served under past administrations. That's why all of a sudden it's because it's Trump. That's when all of a sudden, oh fuck, no, now we don't have to listen to what anybody fucking says. Now we don't have to fucking do blah 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 blah. Citgo stocks too. Buy some Chevron or Citgo stocks. CITO TGO. CITGO TGO. That's what I don't fucking get. These were the fucking setting plans that we've had before that were approved by other administrations. Left, right, center, name it. They were the same ones. That if there was if during the Bush administration or during the Clinton administration had anything happened in South America, they approved the plan for it. Anytime there was some uprising or there was some sort of revolution going on, fuck that. Back in the day, that was the hotness. The hotness back in the day was Central America, all the CIA, Black Ops, spook books and stuff like that. Central America, or Vietnam, or Central America, South America. There were several high profile Republicans and Democrats that were all involved in those types of wars. Those hot wars that, fuck man, so much to the point where we even made sci-fi movies about it, right? Predator. There's a whole back theory, fan theory about that. I love going into the background of what was happening with the movie Predator, and how it was based on some operations and all that. Even when Pancho goes, "You remember Afghanistan?" And Arnold goes, "I'm trying to forget it." All those hot wars, right? So when everybody comes at me and says, "Oh well, because of Trump," I tell people, that's the best part about being fucking old and being a media autist and remembering shit. Remembering the fact that back in the day, every single president, yep, that's a plan for South America. That's a plan for Central America. That's a plan for the Pacific. Even though they're not getting much love as they should be getting. Every plan that has been approved has been tweaked to have done another plan that has currently been done in history. Does that make sense? So basically, Operation Iraqi Freedom, there was a plan number for it. Fucking Operation Enduring Freedom, there's a plan for it. Iran, there's a plan for it. Central and South America. We have a whole fucking commander, Southcom, for it. So that way the GCC commander, the geographic commander could say to the president, Mr. President, blah, blah, blah. And the president goes, I approve. I don't like that one. I approve that one. Roger that. 3 bags full and they go. That's how it works. Just don't make shit. This shit's not made up. Rapid deploying task forces are a different, they'll go into a different scenario, a different planning. So I'm just like, so the whole thing about Maduro is during the last administration, he was declared a narco-terrorist. I mean, he already had a reward put on his head. We have members of Congress saying that we weren't strong enough, but they made sure they added Trump's name to it. Trump had nothing to do with it. Trump's like, fine, I'll fucking do something. Next thing you know, oh my God, there's a war. I don't recall seeing waves of troops hitting the beach. I don't see paratroopers hitting airfields. I don't see tanks rolling in. Well, it would take a minute for the tanks to roll in, though. Oh man, exactly that, Gary. Man, yeah. Yes, we do. Man, that was a fun comm plan to work on. Even though it was in jest. We have a plan for zombies. We do. That's going to be a PSYOP story that I'm going to talk about when I get on a podcast about some of the stuff, some of the work that we did back in the day. And you guys would be surprised. You're like, oh, and this was back during, and this is the thing. If you say under what administration would happen, then your bias would pick, well, see, it was because of Bush. Or see, it was because of Obama. Oh, I love that. I love the muddy water of all of it, man. I'm just telling you, it is just so funny to sit back and watch everybody's heads explode. If you've not been in countries, I'm gonna tell you what, the same thing like when I talk about when you see people talking about Africa and you've never been there, I just kind of smile. I'm like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Let me see. Oh, there are reports of gunfire, and where'd you get this from? Reports of gunfire. Whoa, you got that from SA Defensa. Oh, okay, SA Defensa. Okay, there you go. Let's check out SA Defensa. You guys are on it today, man. Love it. Guys, keep me on my toes here.
¿Qué es eso? Ese que fue la luz.
So there's reports of tracer fire in the air. There you go.
¿Qué es eso? Ese que fue la luz.
The hills are alive with the sound of gunfire. It is good to be back, guys. I missed y'all. How y'all been? Oh man, this is hilarious. Okay, let me see. Let's go on to this next one right here. How come you guys aren't showing up? Yeah, well, we're pretty heavy. Let's see. All right. What else was I had a list. I had an agenda. Oh, ICE has got an agenda. All right. Let me scroll to make sure. Okay, yep. So we talked about what is that? Turn out the light, she said. That was in Venezuela, in Caracas. Near the palace, exactly. So yeah, check out the streams. I had a list and I checked it twice. That's right, Dave. Gonna find out who wants to be naughty with ICE. Oh man. So you guys hear about the daycare situation? All the drama that happened with in Minnesota or something like that? About some daycare funding gone bad, and a YouTuber went in there to grab some evidence, and come to find out that all these individuals have not had have not had any children at some of these daycares and stuff like that. I'll be honest with you. I'm on the wait and see, because I'm like, okay. I don't like our money being, used up for whatever, but I without knowing the specific details of who and what and whatever, I don't know. I will say this, the memes have been fired about it as well. I don't look good. I'm just saying it does not look good. Did you see Seth Harp's post? I did. I saw his rebuttal to this ludicrous allegation. I did see that. He called it a ludicrous allegation of doxing. He said there was a large number of fascist, authoritarian. The Learing Center. Yeah, yes. That's another thing that happened during while I was during our break. That supposedly, investigations reveal potential $9 billion in losses in programs and childcare and meals since 2018. Now, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has announced that he will not run for a third term. You know, the guy who was running for vice president with Kamala Harris. So he announced today that he will not select. Sorry, I'm going through like multiple languages and stuff like that. So I sometimes I'll look at something and I'll pronounce it in said language of what I think. Bro, this week's just another friend to fentanyl. Screw those narcos, just saying. Yeah. Walz announced today that he will not seek a re-election, prioritizing governance over campaigning due to those, as those investigations are continuing. And like I said, a potential $9 billion in losses in programs as childcare and meals since 2018. His administration has fired staff, pursued prosecutions, and worked with federal partners to cut suspicious funding through cases that often involve Somali-owned centers in Minneapolis, accused of billing for non-existent services. I'm going to tell you what. You know what? Why not me, man? I was just telling some friends, man, I never file out a form. And the next, someone says, well, here you go. Thank you for filing for this form. And this is the money that you asked for. And you're like, this is not the money that I asked for, but you guys gave me $150,000 for what? For what? I'm not saying it never happens to Ken. I'm not saying I'm out there looking for fraud, but it's like, damn, dude. How come you didn't let me in on this? Okay, I'm just kidding. Obviously, would never go out to defraud the government, but it just seems like shit like this it's real easy to just falls right into place. What's up, Saggy? Though cases often involve Somali-owned centers in Minneapolis accused of billing for non-existent services, the decision follows national scrutiny from videos by a journalist, Nick Shirley, showing empty daycares and drawing mixed reactions, with the Democrats praising his service and critics like Elon Musk calling for accountability. Walz remains in office until January 2027, reshaping the state's political landscape. So there's going to be some individuals that are going to be going in there and offering to run, probably, I don't know, maybe a Republican or another Democrat or who knows. But everybody's like, oh no. So the Learing Center, the joke of the Learing Center. Many memes were made of the Learing Center. And it was because Nick Shirley went to a place to check out. And it was a misspell on a sign. Instead of Learning Center, it was a Learing Center. Matter of fact, let me see we should go. Dave says we should all get together and open up a daycare Learing Center of Excellence. Let's not involve the Army though, because they would mess it up. We're going to get to that, how they would mess it up in a minute. Learing Center. Let me look at this. Here we go. So this is the sign quality. This is the Leader Center sign that everyone's referencing, because when Nick Shirley went to go do his investigation, that was the sign that had. Again, I'm just catching up. So if you guys already knew this, I'm just catching up from the from stuff like that, from the story. And we had any. That's I'm on the wait and see mode. Well, did it? Did they? Did the Leader Center? And I'll be honest with you. You can't really hold these guys responsible for it. It's the fucking maker of the sign that fucking did it. I don't remember if that was even the real sign. Because a lot of you guys have been throwing AI shit at our way. We're like, So again, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know Nick Shirley was supposedly has exposed $100 million in fraud, supposedly again. Because nothing has come out in any, and we've not seen it. Nobody's seen anything. Just like the Epstein files, just like legalization of weed, just like Second Amendment stuff. Every time it's sitting on somebody's desk, but we've not seen shit. Now, I made a post on social media saying we got a Maduro fucking perp walk before GTA 6, and then somebody said, and Epstein. Right, exactly. No Epstein files, no Epstein names, no suspects. Now, of course, this is what was alleged to see. Like I'm looking to see what notes. What's that? Well, the daycare hours were from 2 to 10, and probably too dark for them to proofread it. I'll be honest with you. Now, here's the thing. I talked about this before. There was, I can't remember what state I was traveling, considering to move to, or I can't remember where it was, but there was a daycare center that was a split shift daycare center. And there was a military installation that did try to do the same thing. It's because you had soldiers and their leaders that were working split shifts. I think it was Fort Jackson. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look at it. But a split shift daycare center. So that way, soldiers could take their kids, employees could take their kids if they have to do night shift and they can't have anybody to find it. I'm going to tell you what, hey, if you need anything, I'll help you out. If you need anything, I'll help you out. Those days of people like that are gone. Like if you literally ask somebody, and also there's not too many people that I would trust to watch my kid. So these facilities were, I mean, when people are like, well, what's it going to do closing at 10 o'clock at night? Man, I'm going to tell you what. I know I could have worked some more hours if I had a daycare that was able to, to keep the kids a little bit later. Single dad life type shit. You know what I mean? No, I know you weren't, Corey. I was just, it was just one of those things that hit me. So what he allegedly uncovered was the Leader Center. Licensed 99 kids, 1.9 million in 2025, 4 million total. It appeared to be abandoned, which, appeared to be abandoned. I mean, we'll get. Let me get on the allegations and the alleged stuff, and then we'll get to the other stuff. Future Leaders Learning Center, licensed for 90 kids, 6.6 million over 2 years, completely empty. Mako and Mini Child Care, licensed 120 kids combined, 4.6 million over 3 years. ABC Learning, 40 kids, 3 million. I mean, so it's like staff. It even goes into the allegations that staff refused questions and couldn't explain where the kids were. One building alone had 22 healthcare or autism services registered in one day. And then 110 in taxpayer payments and all that. And the videos obviously surpassed so many millions of views. And then even, like I said, now, as a dad that has utilized child care centers before and has worked my ass off, and I needed a child care center, I would have the ass. And just me as a dad. I'm thinking dad now. I'm not thinking about corruption. I'm not thinking about anything. No daycare center should have to answer to anybody knocking on their fucking door where the kids are, whether they're there or not, whether you think they're there or not. Because what if the kids were in the other room? I'm just posing this as the, okay, look, got it. You think you're onto something and all this other stuff, but also there's kids that are there that might have been there like legit in some centers. I'm not saying that the numbers have not been drawn out, but what if there were some kids there and the number and the paperwork and the numbers were fucking fucked with to get that extra money, but there were kids there. I'm saying the what if. And if I was a dad and I found out somebody was trying to go into a place where my kid was at, I'd be like, nah. And most day Kenners. Kenner. That's a Star Wars toy maker. Me and the kids were. Anyways, most centers have a front desk. Like they'll have like a little area that's almost like an airlock. You walk in, open the door. Hey, can I help you? Yeah, I'm here for blah, 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 and all that. So somebody coming in, knocking on the door, and then saying, hey, I'm here to do whatever and all that, and they don't really say anything. They don't really, they're not from the state. I would say the lack of the language barrier probably enabled them to like have them walk in. Again, I only saw bits and pieces of it, but again, I'm not excusing the fraud. Like if there's a couple kids in there, say there's 10 kids, and they're saying there's 150 kids, and they're getting extra money. Yeah, of course, do that. But if there are kids there, then that's why I'm on the wait and see on this one, on the Learing Center, joking around and all that stuff. And also with all this, when all this fraud, this type of fraud is brought up, then it ruins it for the rest of the kids. Like other kids, not just the kids that are affected by the center, or the centers, I should say. Because you know me, and everyone gives mad when I say this. Don't feed them kids. Feed them kids. Free breakfast, free lunch, feed them kids. So if this goes into some scrutiny of fraud, taking money away from other places that could have been gone to feeding kids too as well, I personally think that the racket of daycare centers is bad as it is for something like this to occur. Have you ever sent your kids, ever had your kids go to a daycare center or a pre-K learning center or something like that? I know it's a learning center. I mean, that's what they say, a paid preschool or something like that, daycare facility. That shit's, that's like veterinarian bills. You don't think, like for instance, you don't think a little wiener dog or a Shih Tzu or or a Yorkie would cost that much to have surgery on, and the next thing you know, you go for some simple for your dog, and a little small dog is not a big dog, and it ends up costing you thousands of dollars. The same thing with childcare centers. So you go a month, depending on the age of the kid, depending on what section of study, if they're going through, that shit costs. And I think there was already reports of I think there's already reports of an investigation happening in it. Now, look, if it's because the investigations were being botched or there's incompetence when it comes to being investigated, when it comes to that type of stuff, when like an audit or something like that, yeah, okay, that's definitely to get some pitchforks and start rabble rousing about. Do I think the kid probably found something? I don't know. I need to go to if you were a primarily speaking English-speaking person and you go into a primarily different language-speaking place, and you start walking in there saying you're this, you're this, you're this, there's a little bit of confusion going on. I shock a lot of members of the Latino community when I know it's a primarily Spanish-speaking place, and I walk in there and start rattling Spanish. The next thing you know, I get the... you hear the code. Oh, we got an ICE agent here. ICE, breaking over the freaking market, the garden store or whatever. Name your store where Latinos like to congregate the most. Whole Foods or something like that. They break out some code. God, 95, 95, God, 95, hay un güero aquí. Hay un güero aquí. Oh, la migra está aquí. They think that when I go in and speak Spanish and I ask for some stuff like that. I mean, come on, my tamale plug was like that too a little bit. He's like, sorry, I didn't make tamales this Christmas, so this holiday, so I had to use the tamale plug. Boy, that reaction they get when I go in there and speak Spanish. And as soon as you tell them where you're from and all this stuff, oh man, then it's different. There's like a little code. I'm not gonna teach you whites. You guys gotta figure it out. Or get yourself a thick Latina to find out how to manage yourself in that type of environment. And so, yeah, they look at you like, and then you say, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. You tell them I'm retired, or I'm in the military, blah, blah. They go, oh, okay, it's a little bit different. You know, they look at your wallet when you open it up and see what kind of ID you have in there. I got that happen. Oh man. Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's not like they have never seen. No, it's just, no, it's just the fact that, in some of the places where I shop, it's very indigenous. Very, very Mexican when you walk in there. That's what I'm saying. Some of the obviously you're walking in there and there's some Latinos that are like, oh shit. And then I'll get the heavy accented, would you learn to speak Spanish? Like, oh, then I start talking blah, 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 like that. Be careful. They'll yeah, you start talking about, yeah, exactly that. You start arguing over what's better, Modelo or Tecate, yeah. So again, yes, you're English-speaking person that is doing rapid-fire English to a facility, to a primarily non-speaking English-speaking establishment. Like I said, I'm on the side. I'm just sitting back and watch on this one. If the kid uncovered that stuff, okay, cool. He uncovered it. Do I agree with the method of the way he did it? Nah. Could have done like a phone call, or could have had something like that, had receipts or something like that. Maybe a little bit more on podcast circuits, but just bum rushing the door. I wouldn't have done that. So, all right. Yep. There's more status. Okay, yeah. Who did this? Yep, I know. Hang on. This was as of. Yeah, it's about an hour ago. The same thing. Oh, somebody's the presidential guard has been hang on. Let me open this up for you guys.
Mira, ¿qué pasó, manito? ¿Qué es lo que pasó? Dime. Drone. Mira, ¿qué pasó, manito? ¿Qué es lo que pasó? Dime. Drone.
You got my fat head out of the way.
Mira, ¿qué pasó, manito? ¿Qué es lo que pasó? Dime. Drone. Mira, ¿qué pasó, manito? ¿Qué es lo que pasó? Dime. Drone.
Yeah.
Mira, ¿qué pasó, manito? ¿Qué es lo que pasó? Dime. Drone. Mira, ¿qué pasó?
What's La Migra? La Migra is inmigración, is what they used to call it back in the day growing up, back in the 70s at La Migra. Immigration. La Migra. Inmigración. La Migra. Inmigración. So I'm sorry I have to speak the Lord to you guys sometimes. I'm not giving you some codes. I'm just saying. So again, that's the daycare stuff that I'm kind of looking at too. It's like, all right, everybody, let's get your shit together. Let's it's a whole lot different when, like I said, going back to the Epstein files, everyone was all rallying, going on social media. My huevo. In the drone. Yeah, exactly. I'm just reading that too. Mama huevo. You really can't. There's a comedian that went on to that talked about if you were to use the literal translations of Spanish for nicknames in your family. Hey, I was just talking to Skinny over there, and his girlfriend, Fat Face, was bubble. Exactly. I have to find the comedian again. Anyway, so that's the deal with that. How I feel about the daycare stuff. Got to see what's happening. Got to see what's going on. It's going on. Everyone's like, yeah, social media. When the new president, when the new cabinet came in, Pan Bondi was like, yeah, fuck yeah, we're probably gonna get some justice. Hell yeah. Still nothing. When you have Major, what was her name? Major Taylor Greene, MGG. Fucking start talking shit about the fucking Epstein files and nothing's fucking happening. Come on, everyone was expecting it, right? We're going to have GTA 6 before Epstein files. You notice how that kind of died off, too? Yeah, what's up with that? Yeah, what's up, Gordo? Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. Hey, you hanging out with your you're hanging out with your cousin Fat. Yeah, no, I haven't even touched Iran yet. Yeah, it's already getting crazy. Yeah, exactly that. Oh, Iran's fucking getting stupid, too. You're hearing reports of their leadership getting evacuated or jumping into Russian aircraft to take off. What? Whoa, hang on. Really? Whoa, hang on. Really? Whoa, yeah, we got to research. Whoa, hang on. Holly says, with bracketed tinfoil, oddly enough, Nick was with Charlie Kirk a few hours before he got permanent again. Are you for real? No way. I don't sound like that one dude. No way. Hang on. Was he with them for real? I don't, dude. See, I'm just coming back to the new space, guys. You guys are gonna have to catch me up. Are you guys for real? What was said in the things right there? If you guys look at the comments, the S1 Hour said, quote, "What happened, my man? Mama huevo, mama huevo." And then drones. That's what was said. So he said it himself? Well, hang on. Grok that? What am I going to grok? Man, I'm going to tell you what. Yeah, so he said, quote, he was, I guess, on a podcast, and he said, he texted me the day before he got shot. I was actually the last guest to ever go on Charlie Kirk's show before he got shot. That's why it hit me so hard. So, okay. That's not tinfoil, Holly. That happened. Came on a show. Came on his show. So, ChatGPT. Dude, Grok can't get shit right. Are you kidding? Man, we people posting stuff about Grok, and I see Grok get it wrong. And then somebody corrects it. Grok will say, "Oh, my bad. You are correct." This is what happened. I don't know if Grok is 100% better, but I don't like AI. So there you go. There's my feels about AI. How about that, huh? AI still, though Grok is funny in doing AI images, I will say that. There's a current trend going on X where women that are posting thirst traps on there, guys are putting Grok, put her in an Amish dress. I think it's fucking hilarious. So I have to social engineer. I ain't doing shit, man. As soon as the machines come active, man, bro, I'm John Connor. All right, what was that? What was next on the list? We still got stuff to talk about. Okay, four more items. Four more items real quick. If you guys do not follow Hots and Cots, you should. Follow Hots and Cots on all the apps. Rob has got all the apps running. And of course, download the app at any time you have any issues with your facilities, barracks, VA medical care. Any Army news? We were going back. Forrest, we're like going in between the waves on the Army news. So yeah, we've been talking some Army news. That's gonna be a Sergeant's time. Sergeant's time on Thursday with myself and Spec. Gonna be back in Fuego, talking about Army stuff. So if you guys are not following Hots and Cots, you should. Rob is doing awesome stuff. Hang on, let me pull up our collab app. If you guys go over to Hots and Cots, Enterprise Force, like I said, you can always check out the other platforms as well. So right now, a new feature drop on the Hots and Cots app. You can now view awarded contracts by DoD or by branch of service. And also, they are linked to the contract info, and the data is pulled directly from USA spending and scope, specifically to barracks and unaccompanied housing. So it's actually pretty relevant to quality of life issues, not buried in unrelated contracts. And so it makes it easy to see where the money is going. It makes it easier to compare spending across services and ground barracks conversations with verifiable data. So make sure you download the Hots Cots app. It's a pretty good report. I'm going to highlight right here on the people have been asking about, hey, did you see what was up with that? And I walked a couple of individuals on how to manage the board right there. So look at that. Hots and Cots is a bid kick. Yeah, exactly that. Banky. Hots and Cots is, I mean, look at that. It's so proud, man. I love it when they grow up. So you can see on the top, he's got the page summary statistics. He's got the 2 awards, and he's got the amount. He's got the contracts on there. And of course, this is going to grow as Rob builds the app or builds the new feature. And then you can see on the bottom the contracts themselves. And so, yeah, this is good stuff. So make sure you download it. And of course, at any time you hit us in the inbox at US Army WTF Moments' Facebook page or Instagram, we will direct you to that app to ensure that all that, because man, we would still be posting shit if Rob had not come. The best way to catalog all this information. So shout out again to Rob at Hots and Cots. All right, what was that? What was one? Hang on, there was another thing. Hang on. What was the other thing? Hang on, I got to. Okay, there was a little bit of creator fighting. Fun creator fighting between Zoltan, the S1 guru, and the Viva La Vargas. And together, and I'm sorry, there were sides to be taken, and I'm sorry, we took the side of Zoltan. Sorry, Zoltan's OG. So there was a little rivalry there, who could get the most donations for Army Emergency Relief. Make sure you donate to Army Emergency Relief, of course. You know, right here, got to fan myself with my AER propaganda. Serving Swords 1942. So it was a New Year's Eve back and forth between Viva La Vargas and Zoltan, the S1 guru. And nothing but love. And it was basically between harmless banter and who could get the most signups and the most contributions to the to AER. So the battle was for the good. Again, I just think that it's awesome to see creators come together like that. So I just wanted you guys know why it wasn't really an argument. It was just the fact that it was Zoltan and Viva La Vargas coming together to post this. And of course, we were asked, you guys going to take a side? And you're like, "You're damn right, we're going to take a side. Zoltan's side." Sorry, Johnny. It was great fun. As a matter of fact, let me see. Let me go over to Zoltan's page to see just how much it was going. You can see all the donations that Zoltan was getting. Look at that. Bam, bam. Look at all that. Bam. So somebody asked if we were involved, and I say, "Oh, we gonna get some too." And that was us as K2SO knocking over a troop. Great fun for a good cause. This is the kind of creator, quote unquote, drama we like to participate in. Watching two creators come together for a good cause. Make sure you donate to AER. Of course, this goes along our standard. This is just right, not counting the AER drive that we have. I think it's in April, March, April timeframe, where we do our stuff. Yeah, Sean Ryan and Dan Crenshaw, right? Yeah. That was the big drama back and forth while we were gone. Again, we don't get involved in individual fights We're mostly dealing with entities when it comes to U.S. Army WTF moments. But it was just kind of funny to see, like, what the hell's going on with this? What else? Was that it? Was that? Let me hang on. Let me double check to make sure my notes here are good. Yeah. Okay. So 2 more things. I'm just gonna say this to the force. Man, you leaders screwed up this whole fucking Manda-calling, calling everybody, making sure everybody calls and all that. The tasking was for every leader, was for an NCO and an officer to reach out to the soldiers, to ask them if they're okay, to ask them if there was anything that they needed. That was it, or just a simple talk or something, right? That's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. It turned out to be you will call me at this time, at this specific time, my time zone, while you are on leave. Now, before we went on block leave, before WTF Nation Radio went on block leave, we had a tasking for you guys, a little mission there, that how many of you had your leaders actually contact you? We asked you guys to keep a log on each day. Did you get a phone call? So that way we could report to the Secretary of the Army that the intent was not made. Instead, it was, oh my God, it was so discombobulated, it was unreal. So you had soldiers that were being told to call their leaders, even though the directive said specifically that an officer or an NCO will call a soldier to make sure that they are okay. I don't even want to know what the intent was. I don't even know. I don't even know why they even. I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe somebody needed to pull the Second Army to the side and say, "Hey, maybe some retired sergeant major or retired big sarge probably said, and then make them call every day. Yeah, make them call every day, even on leave. Something." Seen a few TikToks today of annoying texts, no calls. Yeah, what's up with that? So I'm going to say, y'all fucked this up. This is something that could have been easy. And it's also being voluntold to check on the troops. It's just some feedback we were getting is that the soldiers, it wasn't genuine. It felt like this was just a whatever. Yeah, whatever. You're just checking the blocks. That way you guys don't get in trouble. Now, there are some that were in the inbox saying that we should be glad that this has to happen. We should be, because there's soldiers right now that don't get calls or don't get this, and they can end up doing some stuff and all that. I agree to a point. The point being, and this is why I say to the point, I agree to a point, is that there's some soldiers that are on the edge mentally right now because of your fucking ass. And that you bugging them every fucking day is going to push them further. Now, I'm not saying soldiers, we should, look, soldiers, I understand soldiers these days need a little bit more resilience and a little bit more in dealing with stuff like that. But there are some soldiers that don't have it. There's some soldiers that were just, you basically opened it up. You opened up the can of worms for having that toxic leader that is probably the most hated person in the fucking platoon to bug this soldier. And you just enabled it. This is my point. I have to send up every day by 6:30 my time as well, as calling me every day. At that point, a fingerprint out. Here's the thing, though. What I'm saying, though, Holly, is that when you're on leave, we never got this shit when I was coming up in the ranks. Come on. If I was on leave, I was on fucking leave. Hey, so-and-so's on leave. Got it. So you're not on leave? I could see that. I know what I've done during the holidays when troops are on leave. Everybody, I just say, hey, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. And that's it. Thanks for sorry. Thanks. Appreciate it. Blah, blah. But this totally, they totally messed this up. And this is supposed to happen until the 15th. And I guarantee it, because the holidays are over and everyone's back at work, people aren't going to get that phone call. I bet you no one's going to be doing those daily checks. But instead, they made this a tasking. S1 Hour says, at 8 a.m., I was getting a text from Hire asking about my troops. The answer should have been, I hope they are sleeping like I was. I told my Joes, answer when you get the chance. No hurry. That's another thing, too. Most cohesive units, though, you don't need that. You know what I mean? I get it. But most bad units, they have toxic leaders. There's troops that are dying to get the fuck out of your fucking, out of uniform and away from you. And then it just seems like we just enable it. You know what I mean? It just opens the door. It's like leave form cover sheets, right? S1 Hour, right, Zoltan? Leave form cover sheets. IPSE was supposed to solve all that problem. But instead, you have an encyclopedia to fill out for something that's done electronic, but it's got to be kept on record. And sometimes I'm saying the old school just fucks things up. I remember me and Spanky got a lot of drama for saying that the kids these days have it worse than what we had coming up. Bring back landlines and pagers. Yeah. Bring back landlines, yeah. Sorry, there's a little bit of delay. I was waiting for S1 to react to that. Okay, so that's my take on the Manda-calling going bad. Now, all right, so other news. You guys have seen this on the, a simple app, whether deployed or not, constant update from all service members. Yeah, right? You would think. That's what blows me away when we talk about innovation, AI, drones, future of the battlefield, blah, 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 blah. Then you look at the barracks. Then you look at our defects. Then you look at the archaic methods of just simply going on fucking leave, and you think we're ready for that shit. So last thing I want to caveat with. Last behooving that I want to do, even though it's not Sarge's time. So on the 13th of January, on the Army's YouTube channel, which I don't understand why they did it. I don't understand how come they didn't put it on Facebook. I don't understand why. Yeah. That's a good question. Why didn't they put that on Facebook? Bro, no doubt. If my parents would have known, I could see anything. Bro, yeah, I know exactly. All right. So real quick, last thing I want to hit. 13th at noon. The 13th at noon, the Army will have a senior Leader Sitrep with Army leadership. Secretary of the Army, Chief of Staff of the Army, Sergeant Major of the Army. Get ready. Senior leaders will answer questions and provide important 2026 updates during a special online town hall. Wow. January 13th at noon on the U.S. Army YouTube channel. So everybody get a YouTube account so you can throw your comments in there. That's not what they did. Because everybody has Facebook, but not too many people have YouTube accounts. But they did provide a link for, so if you go to the pin page on U.S. Army, the pin post, I should say, at U.S. Army WTF Moments Facebook page, you'll see a question form that you could fill out. And you'll see the channel to the Army's YouTube page. I'm just saying, man, doing it on a YouTube page where not too many people have YouTube and all that, that's like put it on LinkedIn. Nobody has LinkedIn, hardly anybody has LinkedIn. But it's almost like you don't want the message to go out. I mean, you would splash the thing on. Do they not have the technology, right? We're talking about technology. To put it on YouTube? All right. It's okay. We'll be there. We will be there. I know, I understand this is probably a Sergeant's time topic, but I wanted to get this off my chest so that way me and Spanky can rant about other shit on Thursday. Because Lord have mercy. All right. I mean, hang on, I'm gonna go my list right here. I think that is it. Yes, sir. There you go. Yep. Covered the command content posted and command threats to soldiers when they think that a meme was done by them, that it was not, clearly not. We went over the Maduro Raid to include Seth Harp's fucking crybaby rant about, wrongly accusing someone of being the commander of Delta Force when that individual wasn't. And then we talked about Daycares and Waltz stepping down. Yep, not running. We talked about Hots and Cots. We talked about the AER Creator Drive, Manda-calling gone bad, and the senior Leader Sitrep. There we go. This is the Monday edition with me and Massey. Massey's on the road. I'm gonna tell you what. If you guys don't know Massey's stuff, he travels for his work, but he's also a musician. And I'm gonna grab some of his tunes and start playing it up, because when he's on the road, man, he can't do the Monday edition. Sometimes the Monday edition will cross over into his time. So this is the Monday edition. Before that was the King and Me with the actual King Smith and Michelle. Get it? Michelle, E. That's her last name. Early. Michelle Early. King Me. I love watching that show. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so much has happened and much more to come. Tomorrow, Pop Culture Warrior with CQ, Michael Carrasquillo, also known as the Pop Culture Warrior, also goes by CQ, with his angry staff at Mad Mike and Angry Elf, the WTF Nation Sports Bar. Please talk shit about the Chiefs. Please. And also talk shit about the Raiders, because they just fired their head coach. And then, of course, the Smoke Pit later on. That's kind of, I think, going to be a permanent fixture on a later night show. People are really digging the hours. They say that's a pretty good show to watch after their day is complete. Sarge time, of course, with myself and Spanky. Oh yeah, of course, I forgot. The coach, what do you hear? What do you say with the actual King Smith on the sports bar? My apologies for being rusty on that one, of course. TZ and Radar in the Smoke Pit. Spanky and myself for Sergeant's time. FTX crew. FTX with CQ being the MC, and of course members of the WTF Nation staff, U.S. Army WTF Moments, and WTF Nation Radio. And then, of course, weekend co-ops with Nemo. Games with a lot of collaborators. WTF Nation Gaming, Stack Up, Valor Gaming. Did you guys check out the Starship Troopers over the weekend? It's pretty cool. Well, thanks, Insomniac. I did have a pretty good Christmas. I got fat, ate tamales, drank some eggnog, and watched the little ones run around and get their gifts. So that was pretty cool. I hope you had a good one too, Insomniac. As a matter of fact, I hope everybody had a good year and a good Christmas. Let's see. Okay, do we have any more? I'm getting all these chats about breaking news. Breaking news. Maduro just pled not guilty to drugs and weapons charges. Okay. At any rate, make sure you share, like, and follow. We are broadcasting live on 5 different platforms. More platforms are coming. Can't wait. Yes, there is possibilities of us going on tour, finally, that we had plans for before COVID ruined it. Yes. Tours. More channels. Share, like, and follow on 2 YouTube pages. U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. 2 Facebook pages, U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. And, of course, X. I say X is a fun platform. I'm going to tell you what, it's like crack. It is. I mean, I'm not much on X as I used to be, but yeah, sometimes you'll have somebody make it's a point to point, not going on a page. You don't have to go sift through comments because it's you. It's almost like, I feel like it's better than Instagram. X did not pay me to say that. I'm like, X didn't pay me at all for my last Elon bucks. It made me mad. They changed up the creator subscriptions and all this other stuff to where supposedly how many impressions you get some Elon money, right? You get paid once a month. You get paid. I got more impressions. What's up with that? So appreciate Chuck for coming in the comments and all the other previous guests that have commented on there. Shout out to S1 Hours. Good to see you in the chats as well. I think that's it. So y'all have a good night and make sure you tune in to Pop Culture Warrior. Shots. Oh man, I went over the break too. Man, we just rolling. You have a good night. See ya. We don't want to be you.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Sometimes when I look at I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I think it's WTF Army or something.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Reigns. Officers orders driving us insane. ATF 0 dark 30, no time to complain. Push ups in the mud, feel the muscle strain. Army life is a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive, in the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Hilltops in the desert, sandstorms in our eyes. Memories for breakfast, no room for lies. Rocket marches through the night under starless skies. Brothers and sisters we rise. Army life is a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Drill sergeant fury echoing in the air. Discipline and duty we all must bear. Battle bodies by our side in the fight we share. In the face of danger we dare. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Souls and firefights, adrenaline's rush. Silent nights, broken by the enemy's hush. Medics on the move in the heat of the crush. In the heart of battle we trust. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find out our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. Memories in our mind. Brothers lost but never left behind. Army WTF moments in the stories we find. In the Army's embrace, we're forever entwined. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find out our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Through the smoke and the flames we rise again. In the heart of the storm we find our sin. Battle buddies by our side, our men. In the Army's legacy we transcend.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Я батько. Я молодший брат. Я водій маршрутки. Я скоро одружуся. Я фанат шахтера.
Начальник отдела продаж.
Я прораб.
Я программист.
Я свидетель на свадьбе.
Дядя Юра, таксист. Я вчитель фізкультури.
Я студент-геолог.
У мене своя фірма.
Я кращий друг зі школи.
Я сусід, який завжди стукає по батареї.
Я єдиний син.